Hello everyone, my name is Davina Syakirah and I'm gonna explain to you this contract, which is master sale and purchase agreement. This agreement talks about the terms of the companies buying and selling something. Here we have PT Berkat Pasti Melimpah as retailer. Retailer is a company selling goods or stuff. But in here, PT Berkat Pasti Melimpah is the buyer who buys from PT Sumber Hidup Sehat. Here, we know that this agreement is made on 1st January of 2024 and it is made among PT Berkat Pasti Melimpah and PT Sumber Hidup Sehat. PT Berkat Pasti Melimpah will be represented by Yosua Michael Putra as their director and PT Sumber Hidup Sehat will be represented by Viola and Violi. Here they act as the retailer and the company, and they are gonna be referred to parties if we are referring to them as the company. If we refer to them individually, we're gonna refer to as a party. Here in recital, we talk about the info about the stakeholder in the contract. Like in point A, we know that the retailer engaged in business foods from FIFA Health. And FIFA Health is a brand name from the company. So the company is selling FIFA Health and the retailer engage and make food business in the product of FIFA Health. And then we also know from this point that the company have a license to supply a product in foods. And then we also know that the retailer and company agree to cooperate in selling and buying and making payment. And in F, we know that in this cooperation, the retailer has the right to sell the product and the retailer have the obligation to make payment to the product that has been sold. And in this point, we know that both agrees to cooperate within this agreement. And when we say this agreement, we meant that as the whole agreement, as the entire agreement, and as the entire agreement, unless they want to cancel something or cancel this entirety, and unless they make a modification, and the modification will be effective if made in writing and signed by the retailer. In Article 1, we talk about price. It said that if the price is not specified and appears in this agreement, the price referred to the last price that are agreed upon by the retailer and the company in the last negotiation. Here in Article 2, which is terms of payment, it is said that the retailer will make a payment to the company in regards of any sales of the product and they will do it monthly. And with each selling, they will make a report about it and they will submit it to the company monthly and the company will issue an invoice, which is the bill according to the monthly report. And then, unless otherwise stated in the agreement, payment must be made within 3 calendar days from the receipt date of the invoice. And if the product is rejected, the invoice will be paid within 7 calendar days after the product is accepted or correctly delivered. In Article 3, which is taxes, they talk about the price that is set is not included in taxes. So taxes is not included. In Article 4 amendment, here the company has the right to change the following section, attachment, etc. But they have to issue a written change order to make this amendment or to make this change. In Article 5, which is cancellation, it talks about the retailer have the right to cancel this agreement in whole or in part and at any time without a cause. And the only thing that they have to do, they only have to make a payment on the product that they already received in the time when the cancellation occurs. Here in Article 6, we talk about delivery. That delivery must be made at the time and at the quantity and the description that they both agreed upon in this agreement. If late delivery occurs, retailer have the right to cancel the agreement. And if overshipment occurs where the company sent a lot more than they agreed upon, retailer may return the overshipment at the company's expense. It will be at so the price will be paid at the company's expense. And in here, Article 7 will talk about incorrect delivery. The product must be sent to street manga, and the and, and if the company sent the product incorrectly, they have to um, they have to deliver it to the correct destination at their expense, which is the company's expense. In Article 8, we talk about packing. All charges in packing already included in the price, so the retailer does not have to pay anymore. And in here, it said that the company must properly pack the product because if the retailer receives the product damaged in and the product is damaged in transit because of the faulty packing, it will be at the responsibility of the company and it will be at their expense. And the product will not be accepted. In Article 9, we talk about force majeure, which is a situation that we cannot control, like natural disaster or war. In this situation, neither party will be liable for failure and they are not expected to perform their duty, but they have to notify the other party about their reason for failure. In Article 10, which is intellectual property rights, here the company stated that the product in this agreement will be free from any claims of infringement and copyright from other party. And if any claim of infringement happen, the company here agrees to indemnify the retailer. So any expense about infringement of copyright, trademark, or patent, it will be at the company expense. Here in Article 10, we talk about title and risk. Title, which is the owner of the stuff. Here, the title and the risk of the product remain in the company until the time the product is transferred and at the retailer's possession. In Article 12, they talk about the relationship of the parties. In this agreement, they agreed that their relationship is just retailer and a company relationship where they buy and sell stuffs, and they do not create any joint venture and partnership, and the retailer cannot claim that they are the representative of the company or they have a partnership, etc. In Article 13, which is agreement, they talk that each party, they cannot assign, they cannot transfer or subcontract this agreement without prior written consent from the other party. So each party, they cannot make a subcontract of the agreement without the consent of other party. In Article 14, we talk about confidentiality, which all the information obtained from the company to the retailer are confidential, and the retailer cannot share this information to a third party for its own benefit or the other third-party benefit. They can only share this information for its own employee and only the employee that need to know the confidential information. Article 15 talks about insolvency, which is bankruptcy. Here it said that if the company is undergoing a bankruptcy, the retailer could cancel the agreement without having any liability. In Article 16, here we talk about headings that each headings like here, others, that they do not limit or define any scope or extent of the sections. So they cannot limit anything in this section because they do not define it. And about severability, that if any section cannot be act or performed, it does not affect any other section. Here it said that in Article 17, it is said that the agreement is made in Indonesian language and English language. If they have a different interpretation, we would use the Indonesian language. In Article 18, we talk about governing law, which this agreement will be governed and interpreted in accordance with the laws of Republic of Indonesia. And if any dispute or any problem arise, they will be proceed under the administrative rule of Badan Arbitrase Nasional Indonesia. And their saying will be final and binding on both parties. We have arrived in the last piece section of the contract. Here, every stakeholder will sign this contract if they agree to every section of this. And if they sign this contract, it means that they will act like what this contract is saying. And they will sign here. Their representative and the witness will also sign this contract and state their name and their ID. So that is the contract and explanation. That is all. Thank you very much.